Coming up on Look Today, well, World Renowned Cellist Yo-Yo Ma was at SPAC today, and it performed on stage with musicians of all ages. We were there. Plus, Lake George Association makes an important announcement regarding Algae. More on that coming up. And R.S. Taylor and Sons Brewery opened a tap room and celebrated its grand opening. I've got those details. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson. This is Look Today, and yes, I'm wearing cargo shorts. In tonight's program, I sit down with Susan Rivers. She's project manager of After Hours at the Brookside Museum, and she's here to talk about a very unique art exhibition called After Hours, which is happening tomorrow, opening tomorrow in Ballston Spa. I also sit down with Ben Kemp. He's site coordinator and staff for Friends of Grant's Cottage in Wilton. And we're joined by Steve Betts. He's a volunteer tour guide for the cottage. They're here to talk about the life and times of Ulysses S. Grant and some events that are happening at the cottage. This is part 2 of my interview with them. Plus, we got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. And what a headline story. World-renowned cellist Yo-Yo Ma was at SPAC today and performed with musicians of all ages right on the stage. Also present were members of the Philadelphia Orchestra. Well, around 100 cellists from the community joined Yo-Yo Ma on the stage and participated in something called a play-in, a unique shared music event. And the concert was led by Yumi Kendall and Gloria DiPasquale. They are members of the Philadelphia Orchestra. Well, accomplished cello player from Glens Falls, John Auntie Miller, was there with us, and we spoke to Yumi about her experience at today's event.
The venue gets a new feeling. It's not just a place for really fantastic high-level concerts, but it's a place where the community can get together and where we can have a sense of belongingness with each other, not just our instruments, but also through people came in from Virginia.
Yeah,
right?
I heard that. That's amazing.
Yeah, so we had a really great sense of uniting through music and through this sense of come one, come all.
Lit from within. We also spoke to Yumi about her experience working with Yo-Yo Ma.
Some people come in and there's a sense of distance. I'll come in and play the concerto, and they're very talented and very special, and we all are as humans. But there's a sense of bonding that Yo-Yo is so great at.
Wow, what an experience, and something that is so unique to SPAC. All right, in other news, Lake George Association has made an announcement that they're seeing an increase in all different types of algae in the waterways around New York and some of our lakes in upstate. Now, while no algae has been found in Lake George as of yet, the LGA is asking the public to report any unusual cases of algae that they may see in the waters. Now, we were up there today and spoke to Walt Lender. The program's running long tonight, so we're going to save that video for you tomorrow. All right, switching from news to weather. Today saw clear skies, increase in temperatures, summertime. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser with your first look weather forecast. As you look at the national map, we'll see a stationary front boundary stretching across New Mexico into portions of Texas, even South Texas as well. Low pressure system near Houston, warm front boundary along the Gulf Coast, cold front just off the Carolina coast, and a low pressure system just offshore of the Mid-Atlantic. We'll see high pressure and control around St. Louis, Missouri, impacting much of the Midwest. We'll see a low pressure system at this cold front boundary make its way through the Dakotas into portions of Montana and Idaho as well. This stationary front boundary and cold front making it through the upper Midwest into portions of the Northeast. So we're going to see some somewhat unsettled weather towards upstate New York as lows tonight in Albany 57, same in Scranton, New York 63, the overnight low across the central capital district, upper 50s towards the south, 58 Fort Edward, 59 Rye Hall, but towards Glens Falls we'll see low temperatures generally in the upper 50s, but 57 degrees. A few spots at higher elevation, upper 40s to lower 50s. Some patchy fog may form late as we'll see temperatures drop to the mid-50s. As I mentioned, southwest winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll see mostly sunny skies after some patchy fog early on Thursday. 83 the expected high. As you walk out the door, we'll see a mild start. We'll see mid to upper 60s under mostly sunny skies. Our extended forecast, we'll see temperatures rising back to the 80s once again on Friday. However, the cold front's going to come by and we'll see temperatures only in the upper 70s for the weekend into early next week. Low temperatures, we'll see upper 50s for a few more days and rise, believe it or not, into the lower 60s as that front passes, and then we'll cool back down to 58 the overnight low on Monday. Storm chances, we'll see rain showers 30% and then 50% on Saturday. That's a look at the first look weather forecast. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser. Now I'll send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks a lot, Clarence. All right, back to the news. Well, R.S. Taylor and Sons Brewery in Salem celebrated the opening of a tap room in Saratoga Springs. Now, the Washington County Brewery recently decided to expand to the Spa City. Well, the business is located in Congress Plaza, right downtown, and had a soft opening in June. Well, the establishment has a very rustic feel, barn-like ambiance. Well, the city of Saratoga Springs helped Kelly and Rich Taylor celebrate the opening of their new business. Well, we were at the ribbon-cutting ceremony, and we spoke to Richard Taylor. He's co-owner of the establishment.
The Saratoga Prosperity Project was very helpful in helping us get financing through the city. The city has a revolving loan fund that they have to support local businesses that are going to be opening and employing residents to help them be successful.
Now, we also spoke to Marty Vonnegues. He's the president of the Saratoga Prosperity Partnership, about how they help small businesses.
And it's a revolving loan fund that puts a lot of small businesses into business, and we're very grateful that the city of Saratoga Springs actually has one of these, because there's a lot of businesses that need them.
Best of luck to Kelly, Rich, Owen, Taylor. We've been out at the brewery, by the way, shot some great video real early in the morning. Between the brewery and now the tap room in downtown Saratoga, we really got something going. All right, up next, I sit down with Susan Rivers. She's project manager of After Hours at the Brookside Museum, and she's here to talk about that very unique art exhibition called After Hours, which is opening tomorrow in Ballston Spa. Plus, I sit down with Ben Kemp. He's site coordinator and staff for Friends of Grant's Cottage. Now, we're joined by Steve Betts. He's a volunteer tour guide for the cottage, and they're here to talk about the life and times of Ulysses S. Grant and some very unique events that are happening up at the cottage. This is part 2 of my interview with them. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. A couple of lookouts. The first one really has to go to Dana and Drew and Andrew. We're really having a lot of fun around here these past couple of weeks. We're out covering all kinds of stories, some more serious than others, some more fun than others. But wow, what a time. We're out all over the place. So I really want to thank them for the job that they're doing that's making this show possible. Look, I've got to mention the Yo-Yo Ma experience this afternoon. Over 100 participants from all over the community, young children to accomplished musicians, all on the SPAC stage, all together. And, you know, Yo-Yo Ma's lit from within, trust me. He's a presence bigger than life. He walks out on the stage, greeted everybody, talked to everybody. They performed a little bit. The musicians were all talking to each other, all on that beautiful stage at SPAC. It was really quite something. Now, a reminder, we have this campaign going on all summer long here called Art is Language. We really encourage you to experience SPAC. Go sit on the lawn. You can be comfortable. You can spread a blanket. Bring your kids, bring your family, bring your friends, bring your lovers. Doesn't make any difference. Just go to SPAC and experience some of the things that we're telling you about in this program every day. And last but not least, that interview I did with Susan Rivers today about photographer Bradford Smith is just another example how this area attracts so many interesting people. This photographer from the 40s and the 50s was world renowned, and right here in Ballston Spa at the Brookside, there's an exhibition of his work, some professional and some personal. I've seen the work. It is spectacular. All right, tonight on Look TV at the Saratoga City Council meeting. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.